Hello, you guys. Welcome back to another fabulous episode. Yes, I'm going to say fabulous episode of Kind of Hot, Kind of Healthy. We do this a lot. Maddie and I do this a lot. We record a little bit far out sometimes. So to timestamp it, because I think it's important sometimes to timestamp. It is December 27th. It's the 2 days after Christmas. How are you feeling? You had a bit of a journey that you were obsessively texting me about, and I was really not great at answering my phone the past couple of days.
It's
And I would
totally
like pick up my
fine.
phone and it would be like 15 new messages. And I'm like, I know who this is from. Um, but that's what
My
I love
stalker.
about our dynamic. No, I love it because there will be times where I obsessively text you and I'm like, oh, I kind of feel bad. And then I go, no, I don't, because she does the same to me. And there's
Mhm.
no expectation of how speedy one needs to respond.
Mm-mm.
And I
No,
kind of love that. That's a good
I
dynamic.
do. I do too. I feel like I almost need to tell people that if we start texting, become friends. Like I just started texting with someone else recently, another coach. And sometimes I'm like, should I lay ground rules? Like, hey, you don't have to answer me right away. And
I would
I don't
always feel so bad. I'm like, sorry, I haven't answered. And she's like, stop apologizing. And I was like, okay, I got to
yeah.
work on that.
I think I I think I see text messages as emails, respond to when you're ready. Like I have emails I
Yeah.
have not answered yet.
Yeah.
I'll get to them when I get to them. They're not super important. Um but yeah, what was I gonna say? Um my brain just decided to not work right now. So
I was
that's where
talking
we're
about the
at.
dog saga.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I guess we weren't gonna have anything like a hot list of hate, but one of my we're just gonna start it now, I guess. My
Hmm.
hot list of hate is just people that have pets when they should not have pets.
Yeah.
When it does not fit their work schedule, their lifestyle, their commitment level to taking care of said pets. I just don't understand that. I totally get there's a million bajillion animals in rescues and unfortunately get kill shelters or
Yeah.
wherever, and it's you want to do the right thing and get them, but if you just do not have the time or the commitment to train, take care of,
Mm.
feed a somewhat good diet, why are we adopting pets?
Yeah.
Why?
It is actually really sad. It's makes me, I get really emo about it. Like when I
Hmm.
see people like not taking care of their dog or their cat or other animal, like right, other pets, whatever. Pets as a whole. Like if you
Hmm.
do not have the capacity, like that is a family
Hmm.
member. I would die for my cats. They're my boys. I would die for them. And so the thought of allowing them to like be overweight and not playing with them, or like obviously cats can kind of free roam your house, but some people, they have to crate their dogs during the day because that is just
Hmm.
the reality of maybe the situation, and like leaving them in the crates all day, and like just you need to give them the best quality of life. Because, and I could cry thinking about this, but I always see those videos. It's like you are your animal's entire life. Like they're a chapter of your life, which is
Yeah.
heartbreaking because I wish they could be as old as I could, but you are their entire life. And I'm like, why
Yeah.
would you not put it all on the line for your babies?
I know, and it's just
It's really
uh,
hard.
it is heartbreaking, and it's just frustrating, and then I'm only there for a short period of time,
Yeah, yeah.
taking care of them, so I'm trying my best, and when things arise, when bad behavior and stuff like that, I just remember it's not their fault. It is
Yeah.
the owner's fault. There's literally nothing I can do but just try to give them a little bit of happiness while I'm there. And I wanted to take them to the dog park because they had a dog park, but it was muddy. So I couldn't,
Uh,
I was not about to clean up. Where's I gonna go wash them? It just wasn't gonna
yeah.
happen. So yeah, so that was I got home and I was like, oh, I need thankfully I don't leave for a bit till the first. I don't have anything booked till
Where are
then,
you
but I was
going? Tell the people.
another dog house.
Oh, right. Well, okay, Maddie has, it's kind of hard to keep track of her schedule because
Uh,
she is a million places at once, and
mhm.
now the background is the home. So
It is the
your
home.
background changes constantly, which is kind of a vibe. Like Maddie is the traveler. We love this for her. Um, but it's kind of fun that you get to like have these like little like new experiences like every
Mhm.
like honestly every week, every couple of weeks.
Literally.
It's kind of the vibe. It is kind of the vibe.
It's fun, changes it up, and, like, who doesn't like a little extra cash to watch pets? And, like, I
Hell
work the
yeah.
whole time while I'm there, so it's like I'm just
And if
it's
it's like
like
a snuggly animal, like who does therapy? Am I right?
this one, that's coming up is, a golden retriever, a bit
Oh,
older,
yeah,
sleeps in the bed with you. I was like, "Cannot wait." I am
yeah.
excited. They have
Oh,
a home gym, they have a pretty house, nice and clean, so I'm
it's a
like
sleigh.
yeah, I literally just slay. So, I'll be there for I can't remember how many nights, but I'm excited for that, so that will be nice. But yeah, after this trauma, I was like, "I need a couple of days off."
Yeah, you need to like take a good shower, sleep in your
Oh,
bed.
I scrubbed myself yesterday. Like I told Al texted her, I'm like, "That shower was a religious experience."
There is something about like showering at either certain people's houses or like hotels. Like you're just like sometimes it's just like ugh, like I would just rather
Mhm,
be dirty and I'll shower at
mhm,
my own house and like it's fine.
mhm, mhm,
Gross,
mhm.
gross, 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 gross. We stayed at this motel one time
Oh god.
because we were camping and it was like really, really rainy and I had like a horrible migraine. I was like, I don't know, I was like a teenager, maybe like
Mhm,
11 or 12. And then it was like my sister Kate, and then like basically she's my other sister. And we were all camping with my dad. He like always would take us. We fucking hated it, but he really liked it. And so, so it's raining really bad. I'm like getting a migraine, and my dad's like, it's fine. Like, we'll just like go find a motel to sleep in for the night and whatever.
mhm.
I swear to God, there was like fucking like crystal meth on the toilet. It was so
Uh,
gross. There was only like there was two beds. So we like pushed the two beds together because Kate was like, "Well,
mhm.
I don't want to like sleep in a bed with dad. Like that is just uncomfortable." And we're like, "Well, we're not putting like three of us in a bed, like us three girls. So we'll just like Oh, my chair just, oh my God, that was so scary. My chair just unclipped. It always does that because I was messing with it earlier. Oh, go to YouTube if you want to just see my face. I just had
Literally.
a face of horror. So we like pushed the two beds together because Kate was like, it feels less awkward this way because I can like be more on your side because we're not a very like
Touchy-feely family.
family. Yeah, like we're very
We're
much
not a very family.
we're not very family. We're just not very like not a lot of no hugs,
Yeah,
no big feelings.
yeah.
It was really gross though. So definitely like hovered over the toilet seat. Definitely didn't shower. Nothing of that business. I did check the bed for bed bugs. That is my one thing. Anytime I go to a hotel, I'm like, James, put the stuff in the bathroom first, and I check
That's
the
smart.
mattress. Because you never,
That is
it
smart.
could be a clean place, but you could still get fucking bed bugs because you could
How
have
does
like some
one
check the mattress.
yes.
Um, you pull the mattress up and you check the corners, and like, unfortunately, you would notice.
Okay, good to know. I should probably be
Yeah.
doing that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Yeah. And some people might be like, it's an expensive hotel, blah, blah, blah. And it's like you could have a person that had them on their clothes, like bring them in. You
Yes,
never fucking
yes,
know. And like once you
yeah.
get them in a hotel, they're fucking everywhere.
They probably spread like wildfire.
That's the thing. That's the thing. Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
So that's my hot list to hate. Fucking dirty ass showers and gross hotel rooms.
I like that. What I was gonna say, because we are podcasting in advance, so we were supposed to have
Yeah.
the interview today. We're gonna have it next week, actually. We're talking about it doesn't come out till February or March. But I'm excited for that one because it is with a fitness coach and she went through early menopause surgically. So
Yeah.
we're going to talk about that, hormones. She specializes in hormones. So I'm excited for that. And by the time you're listening to this one, you would have listened to our interview with Jen, all about finances.
Yes.
If you have follow up questions about that, make sure to drop them. You could drop them on this episode, you could drop them on in our email you need to email kinda hot, kinda healthy, gmail.com. But those are the 2 interviews that I'm excited, so by the time it comes out, you would have already heard it.
Yeah.
And then what was oh, we were also gonna talk about things that we're really liking right now. Um, right now, I'm really liking getting up and putting myself together. I feel like I look very different right now. Like, I look put together.
Mhm, mhm.
It's such a
You ha
vibe.
Yeah, and you come with, like, a really good energy, like,
I
even
do.
over yeah, you do. Even over, like, with the holiday, like, we were just at, like, my house, James and I were hosting, and I didn't really feel the need to, like, put makeup on because 'cause I'm like, it doesn't really matter, but I was like, "Let me
Mhm,
put on, like, a sweater, let me put on, like, a pair of jeans, a
mhm,
belt, like, I'll wear, like, my little loafers and just feel better," because I'm like, I
mhm,
look better, like, I look more presentable. Again, it doesn't
mhm.
really matter, but you're doing it for yourself. Um,
Yes.
and there is just something about that for, like, your confidence, even
Yep.
taking the 5 minutes to, like, brush your hair, put some dry shampoo in it, oil your ends, like, brush up your eyebrows, like,
Oh, I need to oil my ends. I need to get new oil right now.
I got this one, Kate got it for me in Korea.
Ooh.
It literally, like, makes your hair feel like silk. Like, it is so nice. Like,
Send
oil
me a
below the
picture.
ears down, dry shampoo the roots, make yourself look
Love,
cute.
love.
Honestly, it takes 5 minutes, but some days you're like, "Ugh, like, it's so much." But it's like, "You know what?
It's
Fucking
not that
buck up,
much.
buttercup. Brush your teeth, wash your face, make the hair look more presentable."
Let me tell you, my mom has been in a stump just I think with, like, COVID and then working from home, like, we
Mhm.
all fell into that stump of, like, just being ugly, to be
Yep.
honest. Like, I felt like I've been very
Shout
ugly and
out.
now I'm shout out to my ugliness? Like what? Shout out to the girl who told me, "I'm glad you're putting yourself together now." Like, "Okay, you're kinda right,"
Thanks.
but, like anywho, um, 1 of 2 things. I, persuaded my mom to go to a curly specialist hairstylist. My
Mhm.
mom has curly ass hair, and it was, like, not very curly, like, it just looked weird because,
More
like
like frizzy?
yes,
Okay.
and she was constantly complaining about her hair, and I go, "Mom, you go to, like, a 20-year-old that cuts hair. No shade on the age. She's not a curly specialist." How many times have anyone fallen into the curly hair TikTok wormhole, and people are, like, plopping, like, scrunching, I literally could do the whole curly hair routine with this is my regular hair, pin straight hair.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Mom, you need to go to a curly hairstylist. That's what they do. They know how to do that."
Yep.
Finally, she went and she came home. She was so excited, felt so good about her hair. Her hair it had volume. It
Oh, I
wasn't
love.
flat. It looked so
Yep.
good. And I'm gonna probably do something fun with her and like basically show her how to do her hair, even though I don't even have curly hair. I just watch TikTok videos.
Honestly, though, like,
Hmm.
that I tried, like, a routine like that because
Uh-huh.
my friend was when my hair, like, is longer I mean, I guess now even, it,
Has a wave.
sometimes yeah, but sometimes it's
Hmm.
really weird, like, sometimes it'll dry very straight, and then other times it's, like, a little bit more wavy curly. I used to have I'll have to insert a picture and I'll send it to you. I used to have white hair as a kid. I used to have white hair and it was like Shirley Temple curls. Like it was
Whoa.
so curly and just like as
Wow.
you get older and like your
Yeah.
hormones and all that sort of stuff, like lose it. But I tried the curly hair tutorial. I did everything and it kind of did
Huh.
some it wasn't giving what the
Yeah.
girls were getting on TikTok and that's fine. But I was like, let me try
Yes.
this. And honestly, like it's effort, but then when my friend does it, she can wear her hair like that for like 4 or 5 days and she just
Yes.
refreshes it a little bit and it looks so
Yes.
cute.
Yep. So I'm gonna do that for my mom eventually. I don't know when, because I literally am booked the whole month except for the last week of January, dog sitting. So it probably will be like maybe in February or something.
Why don't you do it
Uh,
when you guys go to the jazz concert thingy?
I just got home yesterday and I need to catch up on work. Today I'm like kind of a social butterfly. So it's just kind of like too many things at once. You know what I mean? Because she doesn't have any of those products. So now we
Oh,
got to
so you
get all
gotta
the,
go to you gotta go to the
yeah.
store, you gotta do that. Yeah,
We
yeah.
gotta get the special hairbrush, like, she's gonna need to finger coil her hair probably, like, once a month just to,
Can
like,
she not
help it.
use the diffuser? Do you have a diffuser?
Yes, but the finger coil gets
Oh,
it back to, like, the
oh, the
curliness.
sh the prop
Like,
yes, yes,
she's
yes.
gonna need to spend some time retraining the
Sure,
hair.
sure, sure,
That's the
sure.
thing. So, anyway, off my curly hair thing. So, I was telling her, like, maybe if you try getting dressed, like, what twice a week for work.
Yeah,
'Cause, like, right now, like, no shade, she's just in, like, a
but she
Snuggie.
still works at home.
Yes, because
Yeah.
she's cold. So I'm like,
Yep.
"Just try dressing up." Like, I'm dressed up, but I'm going out tonight, so, like, makes sense, but, like, I feel so much better, and I think I heard it on TikTok. It was like, "You spend an extra 10 minutes in the morning, and you'll feel better for 10 hours." And I was like, "Truth."
Yes. Oh, I love that. I
And
love that.
it's not validation from anyone. I don't need validation for anyone. I just feel so much better when I don't feel like a slob. That's what it comes
Because you
down to.
walk into any room and you hold your head a little
Rum?
higher.
Sorry.
All right. Enough of you. You
Wait,
walk
wait,
into
wait. Wait.
what?
S Just try saying room.
Room. I don't say it like that. I say room.
Room?
Room. Your room.
Okay,
She
continue
is
with your
literally,
thought.
guys, I'm being bullied and this is being recorded, so I have the evidence of it. You walk into any place. How's that? And you just feel better. Like your head's a little bit higher. You walk with confidence. Cause like if you're dressed like a fucking slob, you're like, I just want to like hide and like don't look at me. When you
Yep,
just throw on a cute pair of jeans, the top, you do a little extra something with your hair, like fucking put it in a braid, okay? Put it in a braid. Take out the messy bun and just do something. I'm talking
yep.
to myself. Um, you just feel better. And like that's on our like whole like for the last couple episodes, we've been just talking about things in the new year that is going to make us feel better, that's going to make us
Mhm,
feel
mhm.
more oriented towards our goals.
Yeah, that
And so I love that. Yeah. And what did your mom say about the little challenge, like getting ready 2 days a week? What are her
she
thoughts?
she liked that. She didn't use it today, but it's totally fine.
Girl, it's 2 days. She's got
I
time.
I sprung it on her last night. But she was really excited about her hair, and excited how much volume it had,
I
and
love
I know,
that.
I was like, "See?" It's like 'cause she didn't believe me. She's never, like, her generation, they didn't go to, like, special people for their
Yeah,
hair. They
sure,
just
sure.
went to, like, the local hairstylist. So, she's excited, and I think we're going out for New Year's, so she's gonna be, excited about that, and then we're planning a trip, to go to New York City. Um, I know she wanted to do it, and I was like, "Sure, why not? I'll go.
Oh,
Why not? Do it for the plot." And
have
she
you
was
ever
like, "Well,
been?
no." She's like, "We'll go for like 2 nights." I'm like, "Bitch, we're going for like 4 nights. I'm not flying somewhere for 2 nights. No."
Oh, you're flying?
Yeah, fuck driving. You kidding
You
me?
could take the train.
I'm not trying to waste time on a train.
Oh,
I
the
feel
train is
I don't know
it's
how.
actually fairly quick. I will be real with you, but if you want to
Mm,
fly, go fly.
we'll see, we'll see. I'm a flyer, not a trainer. I
Oh,
mean,
oh,
I'll
sorry,
do
guys.
European
Sorry.
trains.
Maddie is an absolute snob these days. She puts on one cute outfit and now she just will not get on a train.
No, but I will ride trains all through Europe when I'm in Europe, by the
I'm
way, so
kidding.
those are good trains. Anywho, I mean, it's different because they're public transportation, they take it legitimate, everywhere else, but here, like, it's clean and, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, so really loving getting ready, putting myself together, and another thing I'm adopting is doing at least one fun thing, and it does not have to be huge, but one thing a week where I'm like,
Yes.
it could be like, I really wanted to take an Epsom salt bath, but I just don't have time. It was a hair wash day. You can't do an Epsom salt bath after a hair wash day. That's illegal because you're gonna sweat.
Mm, I guess.
Mm. So it could be something small.
The
It could be
facts are
something.
true. It is
Mm?
illegal. Yeah. But a bath, a fucking bath. Just taking that time for yourself, read a
Mhm,
book,
mhm,
listen to
mhm,
a podcast,
mhm.
an audiobook, whatever.
Yeah, it could be anything that fills your cup. So tonight I'm going to, like I said, I made like this contract to myself thing that our mentor told me to do. And it's
Yeah.
jazz club. So we're going to a jazz club tonight. and then next week is New Year's Eve, and then I'm just gonna keep having something every single week.
I love that. And we did bully Maddie, we as in me, but also you guys about like she needs to do more fun. Like
Oh,
on the last
yes.
couple, yeah, constantly just bullying each other. It's fine. I mean, that's what we do. Like, let's be real. But I love that. Like making it actually a priority, making it a point, right? This goes
Mhm,
to with the episode with Jen, the financial goals, episodes where we're talking
mhm,
about New Year's goals, right? It's about making a plan because Maddie could sit here and be like, I want to do more fun stuff.
mhm,
That's not going to happen unless you make a plan, you make a commitment to
mhm.
yourself. And that just is true with everything in life. But I love that you're doing that because you deserve to do it. You need to do it. You need to like take those breaks from work because you come back and you're 10 times more creative. You have good
Yep,
energy. It's just
yep.
absolutely necessary. I love it.
Like, why else am I working so hard and building a business if I'm not enjoying life? And that's been really hard for me to, like,
Yep.
take time away. And also, I do have to tell you this, I've never told you. My mom told me yesterday. So my grandpa owned his own business. He was a barber. And she now I know why. Like my dad started a business, my mom had her own business, like my whole family generate beside I don't
Yeah.
know if my grandma my dad's mother, I don't think she ever had her own business, but I know my maternal grandmother did. But my mom was telling me that my grandpa, this is so random. So he wanted to open a barber shop. Like it sounds weird, but in the basement, like the bottom floor, have a barber shop.
Yeah.
Guess where?
In a city?
The Hilton Hotel. Paris Hilton's grandfather. My grandpa wrote a letter to Paris Hilton's grandfather to open a barber shop in his hotel. Tell me how insane is that?
Wait, what? I'm like a little mind fucked. Where, what, like
In Pittsburgh.
oh my God.
And he did it. And he
A
opened it.
letter? Like a letter or an
He wrote
email?
it. He wrote
A letter.
a letter. My grandpa was like grew up during the Great Depression. So he wrote a handwritten, beautiful penmanship. I wish we could find the letter to Paris Hilton's freaking grandpa and was like, I want to open a barber shop here. Here's what I want to do. And they actually let him do it. And then every year she said they like kept trying to like close the barber shop down because they're like, it's not, it's they want to put something else in and every year he would get executives and his clients and people to write letters to him vouching for him. Is that insane? Tell me that's
I'm
not insane.
super mind fucked. That's weird
I
and
am
crazy
too.
and like what? What in the world?
I know. And so I was thinking, like, damn, like, sometimes business, like, it gets hard. I'm thinking, like,
Yeah,
my grandpa was literally having his clients write testimonies about him.
that's amazing.
Is that crazy? So crazy.
That's why I like need a minute to digest that because I don't even know like what are the odds? What are the words?
I know, I know,
That's
and when he
wild.
retired, he had, like, 50 executives from Pittsburgh, like, at his, like, retirement party, like, for the barbershop. Mhm.
I love that.
I know, I was like, "No
Wow.
wonder I have that gene," like
Of course. Yeah. That's
mhm,
such wow.
mhm, I know,
That's
I
like
need
so that's some crazy ass lore. I love learning like family lore and you're
I
just like,
know,
"What?" Like that's
I know.
wild.
I need to tell
Wow.
Lacey about it because that's really cool, but I was like,
You need
"Yeah."
to like put this on like your like Instagram story. That's like that engagement. People will be loving that shit.
I know, I'm gonna, find the pictures 'cause we have, like, really cool pictures of him, like, working in the
Yes, I want to see
barbershop.
them. I want to see
But he
them.
was like a high-end barber, like and then think about it, like, it was like $2, like, that was like
Oh, girl,
high-end.
girl, I need a $2
I
haircut.
know.
That's amazing. That and
Very
that's
cool.
honestly being a business owner, there is something so it's so hard sometimes, but then you also have this feeling of I am so empowered and I am doing this. And even if I make like let's just, say back on when we're starting out, even if I made not a lot of money, I made it for myself. Like
Mhm.
I and nobody can take that away from you. And again,
Mhm.
guys, it goes back to like all of the goals that you have, even if you're like, it's not as much as I wanted or it wasn't what I expected, I still did that shit and I showed up. And then
Mhm.
you choose to keep showing up, but the more you show up, you find new ways to expand the business or do different things, and like you just grow on these levels. And honestly, even hearing like this about your grandfather, it just like makes you want to like continue that shit because you're like, okay, you did that back in the day, you wrote a fucking handwritten letter, sending it, just like honestly going out on a limb, like when we pitch our
Uh-huh.
podcast, when we do things like that, it's like, yeah, we're doing exactly what he did. And that's amazing. Obviously, to his was fucking, that's a different extent, but like, putting yourself out there, it just shows
Mhm.
what you have the potential to do. That's
Mhm.
amazing. That is some family lore right
I
there.
know. I need to get one of those pictures and put in my room as a reminder, like, "Don't be a little bitch."
Oh, that is honestly that visual reminder, that is everything.
I know, and I think
Yeah.
it even goes, like, beyond, health or beyond God, beyond business, right?
Yeah.
Something that is, like, when you're thinking about your goals and as we are going through the month, it's now January 15th, so we're kind of out of the high of the start of the month. It's remembering, like, what are you willing to give up? What are you willing to, put, give up in short-term gratification to
Yeah.
get to your goals, no matter what the goal is, you're going to have to give something up. And it's if it's health and fitness, you're going to have to say no to some things where it's like, if you're, let's say you are used to having a girls night, right, every week, and you come home, you wake up the next morning and you are like so hungover, right? If you want to reach a certain weight, want to feel leaner, whatever it is, you can't be waking up hungover every single week. Like
Mhm.
alcohol calories alone, they're going to take you out of a deficit, and your body is prioritizing getting the alcohol out, not getting fat out and burning off fat. So you have to say, okay, maybe I don't have to say no to girls' night, but maybe I have to say, okay, only one drink and the rest a Diet Coke, or find somewhere where you have to give up some short-term gratification because
Mhm.
all goals require that. I mean, my grandpa was very successful, but he worked a lot. And, my mom has, I wouldn't say fond, but like memories of him working a lot and not being there and, having to give up something with us. And with us running our business, we have to work when people are typically like, oh, it's off, we're paid, right? We're not paid unless we're working.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's
I mean,
just
that
finding.
money might hit your bank account, but it's like you want more. Like we don't get
Yeah,
PTO. Like
correct.
we do
Correct.
get a lot
So,
of other flexibility. So it's
yeah.
like you have to look, and it's the same with your goals. You look at what the payoff is, right?
Yes.
So you're going out for girls' night? Great. Don't be a fucking brat about it. You want to lose weight, you want to feel
Yes.
better? Okay, then get like
Yes.
a ginger beer. Get a soda water. Get a Diet Coke. Like, are you there to hang out with your friends? Or are you there to just
Or
get
get
fucked up?
plastered.
Yeah,
Yes.
like and you can do both, right? Like pick and choose. If you want to go out for like a girls' night, maybe it's once a month that you're having, a couple more drinks than, you know, maybe is best for your goals. Like I'm not gonna lie, I still drink and I do things, but it's not every day, it's not every week. It is strategic, if you will. And
Mhm.
that's because I can understand what my goals are and what has got to be adjusted, right?
Mm.
And that doesn't make the time that I spend with my friends less fun. Like if you need to be fucked up around your
Mhm.
friends 24/7, you might need new friends. Number
Yes.
1. That's number 1. But like also
Mhm.
get creative. Like do some other fun shit.
Yeah.
You're getting older. Like you don't need to be doing the same shit you were doing in your early 20s. Like
No,
let's just
and I
keep
mean,
it real, all right?
yeah, and tonight I'm going to hang out with Lindsay, friend of the podcast. And she doesn't drink, and I don't drink. She doesn't even drink coffee. I think she does drink decaf coffee, so I'm probably gonna get, like, a decaf. Listen, we don't judge. Why are you being a little judgy bitch over there, Missy?
I wasn't. I didn't say
Yes,
anything.
you were. I
I
saw the
literally did
eyes.
say nothing. I said
You said it
nothing.
all with your eyes.
My eyes don't talk, ma'am.
Yes, you did. Ali was like, "Ah," biggest eye roll. Anyway, um, you see, if you're watching the podcast, you would know on YouTube.
If you're on YouTube, if you know, you know.
If you know, you know. But anyway, I'll probably get like I don't even know what they have at this place if there is like a decaf coffee, but I'll probably get like a Diet Coke. Like I don't know. I've never been here, so I'm test driving it for New Year's. But yeah,
I love that.
like we both don't drink, so I'm not going. I'm going to spend time with her and listen to a pretty good jazz musician that's like pretty widely known. So I'm excited for that. But I'm not like, oh my god, I'm so excited to get drunk. Like I'm not
Yeah.
thinking about those things. And it it is possible to go out and do things and still be on task, stay on the
Yeah.
path that you want to do. But I think people fall into that trap who struggle to let
Yep.
go of those things because they're focused on the wrong thing.
And there's this perception that it has to be perfect, like that all or nothing comes in the way. And
Mhm,
if you want to live a realistic lifestyle, like, because a lot of people, if you're very extroverted, you want to be doing those things. You want to still engage in like going out to dinner, getting drinks, doing these things. And again, it's just about making the choice, like when you are going to do it. Because if you are doing like those sorts of things every single weekend, you're not really going to see progress. The scale's going to just keep bouncing around. It's not really going
mhm,
to be consistent. But if you pick like one Saturday of the month to like maybe spend a little bit more calories on a couple of drinks or appetizers or whatever, you can still see results and be consistent, but it's
mhm.
about that moderation and it's about kind of the time and place, right? Like we every time we go skiing, which we go either like once or twice a week, there is opportunity to get drinks, to get food, to do all this sort of stuff. But excuse me, James and I make very conscious decisions because if we're going twice a week and we're getting food at the mountain every single time, first of all, that's just like the food's not really that great. And then second of all, it's like a lot of money because the mountain food is
Mhm.
so jacked up in the price. But then
The
also
mountain
for me
food.
personally, well, the food on the mountain, but I don't
I know,
whatever.
it just sounds funny.
Mountain food. But then it's also a personal decision to be like, okay, it was Christmas Eve, it was Christmas. I had some wine, I had like different appetizers and things that like I don't normally have. I didn't track my food. I do not consider that falling off track. I consider that having a holiday. And then Thursday, I tracked my food. I enjoyed my day of skiing. I had like 3 sips of James's Angry Orchard, and I was like, "Do I want one?" And I was like, "Honestly, not really. Like, it's not worth the calories today," and that's perfectly fine. And so, again, it's just about looking at the decisions you are making. And
Mhm,
let's be honest, you often say, "I don't, I feel deprived. I feel restricted." You're not actually. Like if you just spent the last couple of days enjoying your holiday, you are not restricted. Just get your ass
mhm,
back to your routine and feel good
mhm,
about like what you're doing. It's too
mhm.
many of you are you I find you're making excuses because
Yeah.
you don't want to give up the thing. So it's like just don't want to be restricted and be on this crazy diet and it's like if you just make those compromises and you're like, I'm going to go out for a girls' night on, January 10th, but I don't need to drink the other weekends leading up to it or the weekends after that. I can just like go out and enjoy myself with my girls, or I don't even need to drink. I can get maybe a cocktail and a mocktail, right? Like,
Mhm.
make the fucking compromises with yourself if you are serious about your goals. Like, it's January 15th when you're listening to this. Have you made decisions that lead you to your goals? Or have you kind of been fucking off?
Yeah. And to put a pin in kind of that, what you were just saying, when it comes to like, oh, it's so restrictive, like you feel like it's restrictive because what you've done in the past was restrictive.
Yep.
That is typically what I see with women when they tell me, I don't want to do anything restrictive. Tracking is too restrictive. Because when you were tracking beforehand, you got it off a shitty online calculator or a shitty coach that told you you're only allowed 1,300 calories. So
Yup.
you're looking at your phone playing Tetris with your calories. You don't know how to make a complete meal. And you're like, oh, I don't have any food to eat, right? Of course that feels restrictive.
Yeah.
Of course. So once you learn to how to create healthy meals, once you learn, okay, what the F is a protein, once you learn how to actually track your food and live in a way that's not limiting you, but adding to what you're eating, it does not feel restrictive. So your
Mm-hmm.
idea of restrictive is an old method that we've all done. I've done it, Allie's done it, every client we've had has done it, but it doesn't have to be that way. So don't, look at tracking macros, tracking all those things as restrictive. It's just what you've tried has been, but the new way, the better way is not. But to what Allie said, yeah, we're gonna close this conversation with, okay, it's January 15th. How can you tell if what you're doing has been working or has not been working? And I'd
Mm-hmm.
say one of the best ways to do that is track your progress. Whatever your plan has been, I have my clients track pretty much all the same things of their water intake, their steps, how many hours of sleep they're getting, how they feel, like their energy. What am I missing? Their daily weight, right? Because we don't go off one scale weigh in a week because
Mm-hmm.
it can
Mm-hmm.
fluctuate. But we can see if the needle is moving forward based on those things. So
Yep.
if you're not tracking anything, do not say what you're doing hasn't worked yet because you have
Right.
no clue if it's not working.
Right. Like if you solely go off of weighing 1 day a week and being like, my clothes aren't changing. Well, that is not enough to say, oh, I should drop calories or I should
Mhm,
cut carbs. I
mhm,
should do cardio, right? That's not enough. We're not getting the full picture. That is like looking at a tiny snapshot of
mhm,
the work you're putting in or the work you're not putting in. And
mhm,
a lot of the time, tracking you feel resistant towards it because you are faced with the reality of what you're actually doing.
Yep. Yep.
And you're not eating as quote unquote healthy as you think. You're not drinking as much water as you think. You're dependent on caffeine. You're doing things that you are feeling some type of way about. Like you are gonna sit
Mhm,
there and judge yourself. You're like, oh, I don't want to do that. Like that doesn't look good.
mhm,
And Maddie and I, what we do is I am not here to judge you. I actually had a voice note come in from my client. And she was like, working with you, we've only been working together for 5 weeks right now. I am a words of affirmation person. This message just like is all the proof I need to be like, I know exactly what I'm doing. And like, this is just affirming that. But she's like, if I didn't hit my protein, I know you are not gonna like judge me or yell at me. And I'm like, that's not my fucking job. You are all
mhm,
grown ass adults, and I'm here to guide you and to help you and to give you the tools. But if
mhm,
you're concerned that you're going to be like, oh, my coach is going to look at my macros and be like, you did a terrible job, or if you're feeling that self judgment, you need somebody that can be objective and somebody that can
mhm,
teach you and not make you feel like shit. Because if you're in that place, you're never going to reach your goals in a way that's sustainable. And we there's a lot of things that are hard in life. Your health and losing weight and getting stronger and feeling confident should not be one of those things that's so hard because it
yeah.
can be simple. It doesn't mean it's going to happen overnight, but it can be simple and it can give you quality of life versus take away that quality of life.
And I think the fitness industry does such a good job of making
Yep.
it seem so complicated. And that's kind of like both of our goals. It's like it's not hard to get lean and strong. It's really not. It's just focusing on the small things that you're doing every single day because they add up. And
Yep.
especially like even just thinking, someone told me like when we're talking about money wise, they told me that they couldn't invest anything in their health. And that's not like mine to judge, right? I've been there. I don't know what you're actually spending. And I said, "Oh, do you have like any things that you like to buy every single month?" Well, I do spend about like 100 on Starbucks. It- right? It's just those little things add up. you don't think about
Yep.
that. It's the same thing with calories, right? That Starbucks drink, if they took that out, not only would they save $100 a month, they probably would lose like 5 to 10 pounds, depending on
Mhm.
what the order is. So every day is just looking at, that's why we track things like our steps and
Mhm.
our energy and how we're sleeping, because all those things add up to a healthier body, to a body that's going to gain weight easier or lose weight easier. And the more that we try to avoid taking the accountability that it's our
Mhm.
actions, the harder
Mhm.
it's going to be to change your health.
Yes. Yes. We talked about in maybe 1 or 2 episodes back owning your goals, owning
Yeah.
where you're at. That is like the first step. Like acceptance is the first step because truly,
Mhm.
if you go through life blaming other people or
Mhm.
just saying, "Oh my god, other people just have it so much easier. Their genetics, this and that." Well, that doesn't get you closer to your goal. That actually just
Yeah.
like creates this negative energy in you and lack of confidence, and that's not the vibe. Nobody
Mhm.
wants that. And so owning your shit, right? Just being like, these are my goals. I own them. I haven't shown up in the past in the way that I'm going to show up now. Right?
Mhm.
Write it down. Fucking look at it every day. Maddie's going to put that picture of her grandfather in her room. You can write on a sticky note your goals and put that in your room. And it's that visual reminder.
Mhm.
And you know what I'm literally looking at pennies that are on my desk. I have this bowl. It's my change jar. I got this bowl, right? There's like probably like $20 in here, right?
Uh-huh.
Every time I get like change like from whatever I'm buying, like it's in my wallet, it just like takes up too much space. I put it in the jar. When I started that jar, maybe it was like 15 cents, right? Now there's
Mhm.
probably close to $20. Shit adds up, right? You might not
Mhm.
see it the first week, the second week, the third week, but do not stop. That's why track your photos, track your weight, get the data so you can see what's working. And in 3, 4 months, when you look back, you'll be like, oh wow, I do see some difference. Like
Mhm.
this is really good. This feels good. I'm gonna keep going. Um, and it's just so important, you guys. Like it's January 15th. Just because maybe you haven't started with your New Year's goals, start now. Maybe you're feeling overwhelmed, ask the questions, ask for help. Like it's still January. You are not out of that window where you're like, my January goals. Like you
Mhm.
have time.
No, yeah, I think that's good. That's on
We
that. We're definitely
we
gonna do
said it
some, like,
all.
we really did. We're definitely gonna do some more, like, updates with goals because, I
Yeah.
don't even think I'm now, again, we're podcasting December 27th, right now about, and this is coming out January 15th, but I still haven't even, hopefully by the time you hear this, I have all of my, like, deliverables of, like, what I will be doing, but I
Yeah.
know for me, it's like one of the big things I'm focusing on is journaling in the morning and before bed and not scrolling on my phone. So I can give an update on that, at the end of January or so. But
Yeah.
we'll continue giving updates because I think I honestly love hearing people's goals and what they're
Me
working
too.
towards, because then I'm like, "Oh, I want to do that," or "That's something different I didn't know." So we'll keep sharing, but we want you guys to share as well. So if you have a goal that you're working on, comment it below, send it to kind of healthy at gmail.com. But no, I'm excited. Anything
Kind of
else?
hot pod at
Oh
gmail.com.
yeah,
That's
that's what
okay.
it is.
Instagram is kind of hot, kind of healthy.
Yes.
TikTok, same thing. YouTube, same thing. Email is kind of hotpod at gmail.com. And we'll put it in the show notes so that there's literally no confusion. But I want you all to walk away thinking about your goals. Are you feeling really good where you're at? Have you
Mhm.
shown up? Or is this the moment where you're like, "Ugh, you know what? I have not thought about it. Now I'm going to sit down and
Mhm.
just think for 5 minutes. Set your
Mhm.
timer on your phone for 5 minutes. If you can't give yourself 5 minutes, I don't know. Like I
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
work with that. That's hard.
Yeah.
So think about what your goals are and we will give you an update on we'll do an update for our goals at the last episode of January. Let's be accountable. Let's do a little check-in with our goals. And we want to hear from you guys too because that's why we do this. Like, we don't just do it to be two talking heads to each other and have no one listen.
Don't we?
No, I want to hear from the people. I want to hear from them. What are your goals? What are your questions?
All the above.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you guys so much for listening or watching. Kind of hot, kind of healthy. Please make sure to subscribe, give us a 5-star review, and share this with your girlfriend who is also goal setting, who has goal setted. Send this to her. We want to hear from them. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, anywhere you can stream podcasts. If you have a burning question about life, friends, health, and 1 or 2 cents, email us at kindahotpod@gmail.com. That's KINDAHOTPOD@gmail.com. Bye.
Bye.